Before we start this video, let us introduce ourselves first. Hello, my name is Nur Shafiza binti Ramli. My metric number is 17 DSK 20F 2008.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Saili binti Sufyan. My metric number is 17 DSK 20F 2070.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farah Hazwani binti Hamir and my metric number is 17 DSK 20F 2029.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Farah Hanis binti Amazman. Metric number 17 DSK 20F 2039. Now, let's move on to introduction. We choose social media for our topic because I believe that everyone is familiar with social media regardless of age. Social media have their pros and cons depending on how people use them. Social media is web-based technology to facilitate social interaction between a large group of people through some type of network, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and examples that include.
I will explain about the first graph, which is line graph. As seen in the graph, the title of the graph is Reach of Social Media Platforms Among Youth. So, what is this graph about? This graph illustrates the percentage of youth reach for social media platforms from 2012 to 2016. There are two features found on the graph. The first one is from 2012 to 2016, the vertical axis represents the percentage of youth reach for social media platforms, while the horizontal axis represents the years. The second feature is the highest number of cases were recorded in 2016 by 60%, which is Facebook, while the lowest number of cases were recorded in 2012 by 20%, which is Twitter. Okay, now that I've done explaining the features of the graph, let's go on to the summary of the graph. I will explain three summaries of the graph. The first one is, as we can see in the line graph, from 2012 to 2015, Facebook usage was increased slowly, but from 2015 to 2016, it is increased slightly to 18%. Second, from 2012 until 2015, Instagram users climbed significantly, and from 2015 until 2016, Instagram users climbed sharply from 60% to 80%. Lastly, from 2012 to 2016, the percentage of Twitter's users flattened out, remain stable at 20%. The conclusion I can conclude from the graph is the most social media platforms increased in 2016 because many people use social media that year. Second, I will explain about pie chart. This pie chart is titled Why Do You Use Social Network? Which means why people like to use social networks for different reasons. In this pie chart, there are two features. The first one is the pie chart shows the percentage of people using social networks, while the legend shows why people use social networks, and the highest number of cases was recorded at 61.11%, which is remind updated what is trending. While the lowest number was recorded at 11.11%, which is socialize and make. Summaries of this pie chart is it can be shown at exactly 91.11% of individuals utilize social networks to remind them of what is trending, since social media allows them to learn about current topics more quickly and easily. However, less than 1/5 utilize social networks to collaborate with fellow students and study, since teachers or lecturers can provide knowledge or tasks through online. Thirdly, more than a tenth use social networks to socialize and make new friends because people can find new contacts online without having to meet face to face. To conclude the pie chart, the percentage of 61.11% is the highest because many people like to use social networks to remind themselves about what is trending.
I will explain my graph, which is line graph and pie chart. This line graph is about number of people using social media platform. Now, I will explain about my line graph. From what we can see, the line chart above show number of people using social media platform from 2004 to 2018. One of the features that I get from this line graph is show there are 12 kinds of social media platform that people use from 2004 to 2018. Other than that is the highest number of people using social media platform from 2008 to 2018 is Facebook, which is 2 billion, while the lowest number of people using social media platform were recorded from 2004 to 2011, which is below 500 million people. I will explain about some risks that I get from this line chart. First is from 2004 to 2008, the number of people using Facebook platform is under 500 million people and increased slightly from 500 million to 2 billion people from 2008 to 2018. Besides that, as for YouTube, the number of people using YouTube platform slowly increased from 2004 to 2006. It gently rise to 500 million from 2006 to 2010 and increased slightly from 500 million people to 1.5 billion from 2010 to 2017. Last but not least is from 2013 to 2014, the number of people using WhatsApp platform is gently rise to 500 million people and increased slightly to 1 billion people to 2016. Conclusion that I can give from this line chart is Facebook is the most popular social media platform that people use, while MySpace was the least social media platform that people use.
Now I will move to my second graph, which is bar chart. From what we can see, this bar chart about which social network are people talking about quick in 2018. There are two features that I can get from this bar chart. First, this bar chart show is about 5 social network are people talking to quit in 2018. Then, as you can see from this graph, this bar chart show is about 5 social network are people talking to quit in 2018. Furthermore, as you can see from the graph, a large majority of the people who choose to quit social network is Facebook with 59%, whereas 1% was the least popular reason for people talking to quit social network. Move to summaries part. The summaries I can got from this pie chart is it can be seen that exactly 2/5 of people talking quit Facebook with 59% because it is not trending anymore in this era. Next is whereas less than a third of the people talking quit Twitter 21% because of some useless information. Last but not least, for summaries is thirdly, less than a fifth of people talking quit Snapchat with 13% because it tells everyone everything about us, someone that we do not know. The conclusion I got from this pie chart is Facebook is the most popular reason why people choose to quit, while Vero was the least chosen reason to quit in social network.
Next, I will continue to present about my graph, which is pie chart and bar graph. My pie chart title is How many hours do people spend on social media? The chart above shows how many hours do people spend on social media. The survey aims to investigate how much time do individuals spend on social media. The features about this pie chart is this pie chart shows there are 4 results recorded of people's opinions on how many hours people spend on social media. After that, as you can see from the graph, the majority of people responded that they spend greater than 5 hours using social media, while the least amount of people who use social media is less than 1 hour. Then I will explain about the summaries. It can be seen that exactly 2/5 of people spend more than 5 hours, which is 33.1% using social media to keep in touch with their friends and family, whereas below a third of people spend 3 till 5 hours, which is 27.8% using social media because of their busy life as students and workers. Thirdly, less than a tenth of people spend only 1 until 3, which is 9.3% using social media because of anxiety and lower self-esteem. The conclusion of this pie chart is, in conclusion, the majority of people spend greater than 5 hours using social media, while the least amount of people using social media is less than 1 hour. Next, I will continue to present about my bar graph. The graph above shows the information US teens share on social media in 2006 and 2012. The survey was carried out among US teens. Next, the features of this bar graph is, this bar graph shows that there is various information that US teens share on their social media in 2006 and 2012. It can be clearly seen that there were 79% of US teens share their photo of themselves, 49% share their school names, 61% share the city or town they live in, 29% share their emails, letters, and 2% share their cell phone number on social media in 2006. The comparisons of this bar graph is the number of US teens who share their photo on social media in 2012 was significantly higher, which is 91% than US teens that share their photo, which is 79%. It can be seen that US teens share the most information about photos of themselves in both 2006 and 2012. Secondly, the number of US teens who share their school name and the city or town they live in was a little lower than US teens that share their photos on social media. It can be seen that there is same percentage of US teens in 2012 that share their school name and city or town where they live on social media, which is 71%. Thirdly, the number of US teens who share their cell phone numbers on social media in 2006 was the least, which is 2% of US teens that share their cell phone numbers in 2012, which is 20%. It can be seen that US teens share the least information about their cell phone numbers in both 2006 and 2012. Last one is conclusion. The conclusion of this bar graph is, it can be included that the most information US teens share on social media in 2006 and 2012 is photo of themselves, while cell phone number is the least information US teens share on social media in 2006 and 2012.
Next, I will present my graph, which is bar graph and pie chart. My graph title is Use of Social Media Platform by Age Group in the US. This is bar graph. Now, I will explain about my graph. The graph shows number of people use which social media use frequent by age group in 2019. One of the features that can be described by using this graph is, this graph bar shows that there are 5 social media platforms used in the US by age group. Next feature is, it can be seen that the user of Snapchat is popular among 18 to 24 years old, while 65 years above is the least used Snapchat. Lastly, in comparison, one of the comparisons that I got from this graph bar is, it can be seen that for age 18 to 24 years old, use Instagram in the US is dramatically higher compared with those aged 65 years old and above. It can be seen that the percentage of people who use Instagram for age 18 years old to 24 years old is 93%, while the 65 years old and above users are 8%. Other than that, it can be seen that the bar for age 25 to 29 years old who use YouTube in the US slightly higher compared with age 50 to 64 years old. It can be seen that the percentage of people who use YouTube age 25 to 29 years old is 93, while those age 50 to 64 years old is 70%. Last but not least, it can be seen that for 30 to 49 years old, use of Twitter in the US is subsequently higher than for 40 to 64 years old. It can be seen that the percentage of people using Twitter for age 30 to 49 years old is 26%, while the number of people use Twitter for age 50 to 64 years old is 17%. Conclusion that I got from this graph bar is, the most users using social media in US in 2019 is 18 to 24 years old, and the least people use social media in US in 2019 is 65 years above, and the most social media user used in the US is YouTube, and the least social media user use is Twitter. I will move to pie chart. This pie chart about social media market share as at March 2020. The chart above shows results social media market share as at March 2020. The survey aimed to investigate which social media have most market share as at March 2020. One of the features that I can get from this pie chart is, as you can see from the graph, a large majority of the social media market share is Facebook, whereas the least social media market share is other, which is Pinterest and YouTube. The next feature is this chart shows that there are 4 social media market share use of March 2020. Then with features, now I will tell the summaries for this chart. One of the summaries is it can be seen that exactly a 10 of the social media market share as of March 2020 is others, which is Pinterest 8.31% and YouTube 3.10% because users prefer to use social media to socialize. Next is whereas around 2/5 of the social media market share as of March 2020 is Facebook, which is 64.99% because many age group use Facebook as their daily social media. Last but not least is thirdly less than a fifth of the social media market share as of March 2020 is Twitter, which is 14.29% because social media users want to keep update about trending. From this chart, I can conclude that the most social media market share is Facebook as at March 2020, while the least social media market share March as at 2020 is other, which is Pinterest and YouTube.
Lastly, the conclusion. The excessive use of social media has positive and negative impacts on people's life. Social media refers to the means of interaction among people in which they create, share, and exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and networks.
Thank you for watching. Bye.